Aloha y'all, welcome back to the Socially Awkward Chef. Today we are making baked salmon. So let's get started by making our topping, which will be 1/4 cup of panko flakes. I'm just gonna add that into our bowl here. And to that, let's add in a couple of pinches of freshly ground black pepper, as well as a good pinch of kosher salt. And I'm just going to set that off to the side while we chop up our flat leaf parsley. So this is 1/2 cup loosely packed leaves. And then from here, we're just gonna mince it up. And by the time we are done chopping and mincing, this is what you're looking at. So we took 1/2 cup of the flat leaf parsley and we turned it into a couple of tablespoons. So for this, we're just going to give this a quick mix. To our topping, we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of melted butter. And you also want to go ahead and get your oven preheated to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's give this butter a stir so all of our panko crumbs are coated. Here's what our topping looks like. So now let's just set this to the side while we make our rub for the salmon. Here we have 2 tablespoons of light brown sugar, and to that I'm going to add in 1/2 teaspoon of paprika, 1/2 teaspoon of granulated garlic, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of freshly ground pepper, and a good pinch of salt. Let's give this a stir. And this is what it should look like. We're also going to be using some Dijon mustard, about a tablespoon. Next, you want to take a sheet pan and cover it with some tin foil, and then put a little drizzle of olive oil or your favorite, just enough so the salmon skin does not stick. And let's get the oil in all corners here. All right. Let's take a look at our salmon fillets. And from here, I'm actually just going to check them for any pin bones and then transfer them directly to our sheet pan. That one looks good. And these are center cut fillets. You can, this recipe actually works for up to 1.5 pounds of salmon. Okay. Now we are going to coat the fish fillets with some of the Dijon. And we want to get the top as well as the sides. And you can use a spoon if you want to, but I'm just going to use my hands. After the mustard, let's top it with this brown sugar and spice rub. And you want to be fairly generous with this. So I'm putting it on the top first, and then I'm going to come back around and get some on the sides. And lastly, we're going to top these with our panko mixture right on top. Here's our salmon, and We're going to pop this into the oven and bake it for anywhere between 12 to 18 minutes. Our salmon is ready. The top is nice and golden brown and our salmon is firm. So this took us 14 minutes, but you want to, of course, take a look at the thickness of your salmon and cook it according to your liking. If you've enjoyed this video, please give a like, share, and subscribe. We would absolutely appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and until we eat again, y'all, aloha!